I'm gonna guess here at Gatorland you can rappel over the gator pits. Maybe, maybe not. Oh, there's one going over there. They're crisscrossing everywhere. There she goes. Okay, this is the St. Augustine Alligator Farm. I think I said Gatorland, but I don't know. There's a Gatorland in Orlando, Kissimmee area, so not to be confused. Of course, gotta have that Spanish revival look. And gotta stop and smell the flowers every now and then. All right. This is right on A1A.
Heads up, watch where you're walking.
All right, so years ago when I was here, they were feeding the alligators nutria. If you don't know what those are, you can look those up on Wikipedia. If you're from New Orleans, you know exactly what they are, or Mobile, Alabama area. And so they found that it was making the gators vitamin deficient in vitamin D. So they've gone back to feeding them rats. So we'll check that out later. They're doing a feeding. Now, if I recall correctly, one of the better times to come here is in April, because even though this is a gator farm, it's just really beautiful, and so you have a lot of migrating birds laying nests, and it's very friendly for them, so you can get some really good photography in as well of the birds and the babies and all that good stuff. So, but I mean, this is a winter and it's a beautiful 70-degree today. So if you don't like sweating, it's also a great time to come, because the migrating birds are everywhere this time of year anyway. Now, if you saw the article, this is a little bit different than the white alligator that was recently born. It's not a full albino alligator. It just has a genetic defect. And it's not fully albino because it actually has different colored eyes instead of pink eyes. This one will have pink eyes if they were open. He's just chilling. He's pretty big too. He's about a 6-footer. Here's another one in his own habitat. He's hanging out under the sun lamp here. But albino alligators can't really hang out in the sun because they will get sunburn. So this is just perfect for him or her. And here's the gator pit where the feeding will take place in about an hour. And it gets pretty crowded around here at 3. So if you want a good spot to watch the gators being fed, and let me tell you, these suckers can jump. Don't underestimate the power of a gator. They can run fast and they can jump high. These are a little bit small, but they're common in Costa Rica. And the same plant will have multiple colored flowers on it. Forget the name of it, but it's very cool. I love it. I haven't seen one in a few years. Here you have an array of crocodile, and this is also considered a quiet area. So again, if you have autistic family members and they are overstimulated, this is a great place to kind of just sit down and chill. And they can feed the alligator also some little nuggets if they like. The gator's just waiting. Oh, he's going to try and come up on the backside. See what happens. They're kind of... I think they're maneuvering. You have one up here looking that moved in. You have this one kind of getting a little closer. You have this one. It's kind of bigger. Oh, he's going to hang out over here. That one looks like it could be a little hungry. But they're cohabitating quite nicely together. The bird seems to know when it's being stalked and doesn't want to be lunch.
Like just a little kibble.
We put the quarter in, and that's why these alligators were coming over here. They are already programmed in the Skinner box. When tourists come, they expect to be fed. Chris is going to throw in just one kibble at a time. Oh, now they're all coming. Oop, he got it. But,
Snagged two of them.
oh my goodness, that one has an ugly snout. It's so full of algae. Oop, they're fast. The minnows are getting that one.
It's like, just get it close to me. They don't want to work harder than they have to for a single killer.
Oh yeah, they're going to be fighting. Oh, you're good. You're good at giving them to them. So they're not fighting over it.
I bet he's so full, but there's more food, so we have to eat. That's the last of it.
And minnow food at this point. Also, if you're here, you notice this and this. It's because there are birds and their nests up here. So, as I said, there are several nests. So as I said in the beginning, a lot of birds come here to mate and roost and have their babies. You can see one up there taking a little nap. But this tree right here is full of birds nesting, taking naps, enjoying the day, just chilling. All right, these are the fat ones. You see that, you can use that palm tree laying on the ground for size comparison. But these things are huge. These are over 10 foot, easily. You can see where some of them have even been injured, so I'm gonna guess they were a menace where they lived and they were brought here. Look at this one. He's resting his chin on the dang palm. You have one over there hanging his tail out of water. So this is like resort spa for them. There's one deep lurking under the waters over there. I don't know if you can see him. Not really because of the reflection. So I've heard that Being attacked by a gator isn't as deadly as the bacteria from the bite. Yeah, this one's sunning and oh no, it looks catatonic there. I guess they do that every now and then. We've got some moving in. I wonder if they sense that it's almost dinner time.
Come on.
They might. But I tell you, when they, from what I recall, once they hear those coolers coming on the bridge at feeding time, they will scurry over here. They definitely know what time it is then. Always look up when you're at the alligator farm. It isn't all about alligators. A lot of it is about these bird habitats. And here, the roseate spoonbill. It's hard to get a good angle. They're preening. The ones that aren't preening are sleeping. This one has a lot more color, as does this one. Move over here. See if we can get a picture of their spoonbill here. There we go. They get their color from shrimp. So without a diet of shrimp, they would not be pink.
Safety reminders. If you have personal belongings with you today, whether they're cell phones, hats, cups, your children, anything like that, you're not leaving them over the edge of the railing or resting them on any of the wooden ledges or posts. And this is simply because we do not want these items to fall in. We don't want an alligator to eat it, and we don't want you to lose your stuff either. So, accidents do happen though. If you do drop anything into any enclosure, let us know and we'll do our best to safely get it back to you if possible, but no promises. So that cup, sir, if you could bring it on in, please. That green cup up there up top. All those cups. That cup that you're resting on the edge of. Thank you very much. We just don't want it to fall in. Thank you. All right, so we're going to get started. We have a lot of fun food items today to feed out, actually a little bit more than usual, so let's have a special swamp feeding today. Well, what you're about to see is usually more of just a snack as opposed to a full-blown meal, but because we do have a little extra food today, this is more of like a full-blown meal for them. We can do this a couple times a week for them. However, it is also common to have not all of them come over at once. Some of them, it's very normal, it's common to see them relaxing on land, and they may choose to not come over at all, so that's entirely okay. But we'll start talking about some of the food that we brought with us here today. Our first food item is what we call our Missouri crock chow or crock pellets. So that's what you're going to be seeing us throw in first. This is just a dry pelleted diet made by a company called Missouri. You may be more familiar with their parent company, Purina. So yes, that's right, the same company that's making food for all your dogs at home is also making food for these alligators. More specifically, it was formulated by craft-filling biologists, veterinarians, and our own staff here at the zoo even. So this is a fully healthy and complete diet for them. It's going to allow them to live long and healthy lives. And not only that, there's a few other benefits to using this pelleted diet as well. There's one, the pellets won't float in the water. It makes it a little bit easier for them to grab onto. It allows us to use large amounts of crocodilians all at once, roughly saves on time. But also, these animals, they're each individuals. Just like you and I, how we all have our own food preferences, so do they. And we found over the years that some of them will actually prefer this pelleted diet compared to other types of food that we may offer.
Here we are at the Nile alligator pit, or crocodile, I guess. And you can see the zip line crosses the gator pits, as I thought. There's a platform right over here to our right. So they do short runs on these thing, but I guess when you pay for it, you do the whole loop out to the parking lot. So yes, you are crossing alligators. Again, just as it was over at the Lighthouse Museum, that we showed. There's a lot of educational items here. There's more to it than just animals. And here they have a little explanation of the Rosetta Stone and also an example of a Rosetta Stone. In addition to things like the Nile crocodile habitat and threats and that type of things, their diet. So you can learn a lot here. Bring the kids.